Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Taboo, but still reach. Welcome to another Cupid Parasite. I want to see how much recording I can get done today. I went to bed early, so I can wake up early, even though I'm not getting started very early. I don't have to spend an hour and a half at Toyota. I don't have to go meet a random parent at Chick-fil-A to get back my daughter's iPod. And I don't have to play D&D today. So that was my day yesterday. I don't have to do any of that today. I could just record or play or do whatever. Anyway, I was going to see how much Allan Melville I can get recorded because it's easier to just find time to edit than it is to record. Unless they're super short and we get CGs, I don't think I'm going to be able to get two just because of how long it took for me to finish my coffee today. I can't really record and drink coffee at the same time, otherwise I gotta edit a lot of stuff out because of all the pausing and stuff like that. Anyway, let's at least get to the section where it says Demon's Kiss, right? I then gave Auntie gifts from the human realm and enjoyed my time with her. However, I decided to return to Lost York before someone noticed me.
じゃあね、キューちゃん。
Okay, thank you, Auntie. See you again.
気をつけるのよ。
She went to the human realm. Sorry, she went back to Celestia to get advice from her aunt so she can know if she can be with Allan or not. It was raining in Lost York. Wow, so much rain. I got soaked wet from the moment I arrived. I dashed into a nearby shop. Rain was pouring so much it was hard to see the distance. So much rain. Is Lord Jupiter making it rain? I don't hear thunder, so maybe not. I wrung out my hair, which was drenched, to get the water out. That's when I heard running footsteps from beyond the rain.
濡れた濡れた
Of course, they just happened to go to the same shop, right? Oh, Allan.
あれリネット
You probably didn't expect to see me here. Allan then ruffled my hair.
ずいぶん濡れてるね寒くない
Yeah, I'm alright. Droplets fell from his hair. His gaze was mesmerizing. He really is handsome. Especially when they're all wet, right? My heart is pounding so loudly I can't even look straight at him. My gaze naturally went to my feet and I looked at the floor where the raindrops fell, shoulder to shoulder with Allan.
急に降ってくるから驚いたよ君も会社から帰る途中だったの
Of course. Yeah, it started to come down on my way back home.
そっか
How about you? Why are you out?
君の夕飯にポトフでも作ろうと思ってさスーパーに行ったんだで出てきたら大雨
Allan showed me the groceries he bought. His consideration for me made my heart ache. I see, thank you. I'm looking forward to dinner.
まあその前にこの雨が止まないと帰れないけどね
We both looked up into the rainy sky. Heavy rain continued pouring, and it didn't seem like it was going to let up anytime soon. Rainwater bounced off the roadway and reflected the streetlights. I was content to be able to share such a moment together with Allan.
雨綺麗だね
He practically said out loud what I had been thinking in my own head. Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing too.
そっか
Yeah. I was so content I leaned into him a little. He looked up at the rainy sky and spoke softly.
俺さ結構雨好きなんだよね静かで自分しか世界にいないような気分になってさ
The words were muttered casually. It felt like the first time Allan was opening up with how he really felt. Elated, I nodded. I like it too. Sometimes I feel like I can forget about being a goddess when it rains. Likely because the rain clouds obscure the view from Celestia and it never rains there. If I were a human girl, I wouldn't have to worry about whether I could love Allan or not.
神でいることを忘れられるから君でもそんなことを考えるんだ
Is that wrong?
いや俺はその考え好きだよ俺も雨の中でなら あくまでいる自分を忘れられる気がするしさ。
I see. We're the same then.
あ、
Together we smile and gaze up into the sky. This is nice. I know, they're having such a cute moment together. Even though my clothes were wet and cold, I wish this moment would last forever. Forget being a demon, huh? Perhaps Allan doesn't want to be a demon. He was born as a demon. He can't quit being one. He can only live with his vices. I wonder how tough it is for a kind soul to live as a demon.
なあ、君は自分が神をやめられると分かったらやめたいと思う。
What? I look up in surprise with the question. I know, I think there's some deeper meaning behind that question. It being a goddess.
そう。キューピッドじゃなくなって普通の人間として生きられるとしたら君はどうする？
I never thought of that, because I have always been Cupid. Just like how Allan can't quit being a demon, I will be Cupid for as long as I live. But what if I can quit? Do I want to? I don't know. I can't imagine myself as someone other than Cupid.
確かに君は人間になっても人の恋の応援ばっかりしてそうだね。
His voice was soft and kind. It wasn't the sort of voice he'd have if he didn't care about me. Come to think of it, was he always this way? Memories of him came flooding back. He warned me of the dangers of incubi and went through the trouble of proving it by eating my dream. He pretended to be my lover even though he didn't have to, treating me warmly. Demons are supposed to be dangerous, but he's always been kind to me. Gods and demons aren't all that different. The difference is how they treat humanity, whether through compassion or malice. Hey, Allan. Allan, you're an incubus, right?
そうだよ。悪い悪魔なんだ。
Bad demon. All they do is feed off dreams of women and love, right?
そうだよ。恋する女を略奪する悪魔。キューピッドである君の天敵だね。
Yeah. Allan seemed to be using natural enemy as a way to emphasize his supposedly dangerous nature. He is in fact really caring. He doesn't make excuses for being a demon. If I asked him to stop, he wouldn't, unless it wasn't a necessity for him. Allan, once the arrow's effects wear off, are you going to go back to being the thieving parasite?
そうだね。君が誰かに恋してくれれば、そうせずに済むけどさ。
Without any hesitation, he nodded. It makes sense. Just like how carnivorous feeds on herbivores, that is what he told me. But he never ate more than he needed to, even if he had the opportunity to feed more. I glanced over and saw an expression of self-loathing. I knew it. He's not happy with himself for being an incubus. That's why he didn't resist being pummeled. He even readily accepted the blame when I scolded him. He accepts the fault, but he can't stop feeding on dreams. He'll starve otherwise. He doesn't have to say it, but he probably hates that he has to live like this. And he stays silent about this because he's a sincere, gentle person. He knows how civil he is, and he doesn't want to make any excuses. I do in fact love him. He held my wrist hesitantly and checked my body temperature.
冷えてる。このままだと風邪ひくな。こっちにおいで。
Huh? He pulls me by the wrist and into his warm embrace. Pressing up against his strong chest, I felt breathless.
寒くない。
No. I knew she was going to say that. Not anymore now that I'm in your arms. It was almost too hot, maybe because I was being held by someone I loved. My heart beats faster just by being hugged. Oh, I really love him. I couldn't stay calm and my chest was throbbing. Even if the effects of the arrow wears off, I will probably still love him. That is how much I want him right now. Because he is a kind demon, and he takes care of me. And he reviles himself constantly. Isn't that what love is for? Allan, I want to kiss you. Oh, he does too. Trust me. I noticed he is startled.
ダメだよ、リネット。君のその感情はキューピッドの矢のせいだ。惑わされちゃいけない。
I wonder if he's afraid of disappearing like he said in the last episode.
きっと君は後悔する。だから我慢しなきゃダメだ。
Or maybe he knows that she'll lose Cupid? He truly is kind. Auntie said that human males were so physical or something to that effect. Yet here he is, considerate of the situation that brought us together, refusing to take advantage. But that is why I fell in love with him. This is a real emotion that won't fade even after the effects of Cupid's arrow wears off. It doesn't matter if you're a demon or a human. I love you. I won't regret it, so please. She's telling him this. Looking up at him, Allan's mouth was sealed tightly. I could clearly see his throat gulping anxiously.
俺は。でも、俺じゃ。
I feel so bad for him right now. So she's struggling. Allan was being hesitant and it brought tears to my eyes. Is it a no? Maybe because we're just a temporary couple, he's just indulging me during all this. You're right, I'm under the influence of the arrow, so I'm being selfish with this. I'm sorry. It was as if a wolf had caught me. It's not because he doesn't want to. Oh my goodness. Oh, he desperately wants to. He pulled me by the waist, his fingers on my chin, his lips were pressed into mine. Ah. The kiss was different from the many in my dreams. It was real. I could feel the softness of his lips, the emotion charged in his kiss. Allan.
君が煽るからいけないんだ。俺はこらえようと思ったのに。
My goodness. Allan would kiss me over and over again from different angles, as if he really loved me. It was passion, not pretense. His brow furrowed and he gave me a pained look. He pulled on my upper lip and sighed sweetly. Our breaths blended together and my thoughts faded away. He held onto me tightly.
どうして君は。
Allan would hold back from saying the rest.
俺じゃダメなのに。
Oh my goodness, I love the voice acting in this. He's so tormented. He's like, why did you have to fall in love with a demon? You're a goddess. It's kind of making me cry, actually. What do you mean?
君は分かってるのか。悪魔なんかにこんなことをねだって。君は神だ。俺なんかと結ばれるはずないのに。
He looked at me as if he was on the verge of tears. I'm on the verge of tears. As the rain fell, he was growling with frustration, but he kissed me deeply once again. My body was heating up with the kiss. Wait, I thought Deepa's kiss was next section. Like, what the heck's going on? My body was heating up with the kiss. I was even forgetting that we were wet in the cold rain. Everywhere he touched, it felt hot, because I was sharing a kiss with someone I loved. And they weren't just gentle kisses. As the rain soaked us through, we couldn't hold back and continue to indulge. There was nothing stopping us now. Don't forget that you're in the middle of a store, right? Allan. We ran in the rain and returned to the store. We must get back home. Oh my goodness. We hastily undid the lock and took off our wet clothes. We fell back onto his bed, our legs entangled deep into another kiss. Allan, I love you. I love you so much.
Lynette.
Allan then kissed me on the neck. As Allan held me, I felt tears welling up. I could finally be with him. Or so I thought.
ダメだ。こんなことをしちゃ。
Allan buried his face into the linen sheet next to me.
ダメだ。
Clutched the bed linen. Why?
君のその感情はただの気の迷いだ。いくら欲しくてもダメだ。俺は君を騙して君を怪我したくない。
Makes me sad to think that he'll taint her. I know he's a demon, but still. Allan looked at me with his teeth clenched. Though his eyes clearly wanted to continue, he's trying to stop for me. I couldn't help but fall in love with someone so sweet. I reached over and touched his cheek. I could feel the warmth of my hands heating up his rain-chilled skin. Even real emotions can be fleeting. Even for humans, a love based on a fleeting feeling can cause problems. I am not regretting anything because my emotions are real. Tears began streaming down my cheeks. I loved him. I loved him so much, I needed him to believe me. I love you, please believe me. My tears were turning his image into a blur, but I could tell he was still anguished.
俺はこんなことをするために君のそばにいたんじゃない。俺の感情なんて捨てなきゃいけなかったのに。悪魔が神を抱いて天罰が起きないはずがない。とても罪深い行為なんだ。
Oh. Divine punishment, so he was afraid of getting her in trouble.
でもダメだ。たとえ天罰が起きても
Maybe they'll both get in trouble.
君が欲しい。
Before I had a chance to ask what he meant, his lips pressed into mine and sealed them. I twirled my tongue around his, and I lost myself in his breath. His hair was still dripping from the rain. All of my concerns melted away and disappeared. Allan was always gentle despite everything. I could feel his emotions by touching him. Why are you so kind to me? Even though you're a demon, you're so sweet. This wasn't like the dreams. There was no sweet nothings being whispered, just our labored breaths and moans. Are you just doing this to feed on my dreams? Or can I rely on you? I don't fully understand his feelings. Regardless, he was handling me with such gentle care, it filled me with joy. Gave in. The waves keep coming and going. Under the beautiful sky, I was holding someone's hand. Right now, I just had a thought. So, he's wanted her from a really long time. I wonder how long he's, like, known her and, like, watched over her and stayed by her. This... Who are you, Allan? Our fingers were warm and soft. Who are you? I can't hear any voices, not even the sound of a breath. Just the sound of soft waves. It was so nostalgic, it was painful. I felt like I lost something very important. I'm sure that dream has significance, but we won't know until later. Opening my eyes, I saw Allan beside me. The man I loved, the man I can call my lover, he who desired me in turn. He is sleeping. I know you're up before him. It was my first time seeing him sleep. I thought Incubi didn't sleep. You wore him out. But he is sleeping. Seeing him sleep filled me with joy, and I carefully snuggled into his arms. So warm. Allan's body was warm and comforting. It was much different than in the dreams. In reality, it was more exhausting, warm, and sweaty. But I felt a greater happiness. Being together with your lover is so fulfilling. Dreams shouldn't be better than real life. I can't entirely blame it all on Allan for Cupid court members leaving. Perhaps my inability to provide enough for my clients as an advisor is the reason why I had been losing to incubus dreams. If I can connect more couples together, then it should be alright for Allan to feed. I need to try harder. I don't want to put him in a position where he can't eat. Allan rolled over. He's sleeping well. I checked the clock and it was still 5 a.m. I can sleep a little longer. I hug him softly so I don't wake him. It was then that I noticed an odd scar on his back. What's the scar? It has a weird shape. I traced it with my fingers, but then the prickling pain blossomed in my chest. What is this? What is this feeling? I had a similar feeling when I first came to the human realm and thought, I want to go back home. That's when Allan rolled over and opened his eyes with a snap. He would blink several times and then touched his lips. He seemed to remember last night. He's blushing. His face blushed red. It was making me blush too. He's not supposed to be making that face. He's an incubus, isn't he? Good morning. Yeah, but he's in love with someone for the first time.
Ohayo. 体辛くない?
He only touches my arm, worried for me. Yeah, I'm fine. You were really gentle with me.
そっか。よかった。
Allan relaxed a bit as if he was relieved. Even though he's supposed to be the thieving parasite, he's so sincere. I don't think he's worried about that. I think he's worried about divine judgment.
生身の体でするのは初めてだったからさ。加減がわからなくて不安だったんだ。
Okay, well, maybe not.
でも、辛くないならよかった。
That's really cute that Allan's a virgin, or was. I don't think any other parasite was a... Oh, okay, Ryuki, I think, was, but I don't think anyone else was. But that's kind of ironic, someone as seductive as Allan. But I mean, he only seduces them for their dreams, but still. It's still ironic. Huh? First? You? It was your first?
心外だな。俺が遊び歩いてるように見えた?
I mean, but you're an incubus.
インキュバスは夢の中で抱くのが食事だよ。裏を返せば生身でする必要ないだろ。だからしたことなかった。君が初めてだよ。
It's so cute that he's blushing. He smiles sweetly with a hint of his usual ease. Even though he acts the way he does, it was his first time too. They were the same.
そうだね。
It's so weird seeing Allan at a loss for words in times like these. Like he always knows exactly what to say, but he just doesn't. Allan pulled me into a tight hug. His fingers began to brush through my hair. Like petting a child's head is something you would do to your family.
君は後悔していない。
Of course not.
そっか。よかった。
For some reason, his voice sounded like he was about to cry. You don't regret it, do you, Allan?
するわけないよ。ずっと俺は。
Allan then shook his head.
ごめん。とにかく俺は君と恋人になれて今は本当に幸せだから。
We're still not gonna know his relationship with her. He keeps trying to say something and stops. Really?
信じられない。
I just thought you were playing along because of the arrow. When I looked at him, he brushed my cheek with his hand and gave me a gentle expression.
そんなこと考えてたのか。昨日体で伝えただろ。俺は君が好きだよ。
Really? Oh. He then releases me and gave me a morning kiss.
ほら、それよりお腹減っただろ。ご飯を作ってくるよ。
I can make it myself.
昨日無理させたんだ。 君はまだ休んでいて。My honey.
Oh, he's not saying our anymore. He patted my head. That was the first time he'd ever called me my darling. He always used our darling before. Did I become exclusively his when we made love? But why did he have that look? He always looks like he's about to cry. It was different from regret. It seemed more like guilt. Even from the beginning, I still don't know who Allan is. An incubus and a thieving parasite. He taught me that I was too trusting and vulnerable, open to dangers despite being a goddess. Demons are supposedly dangerous, but he's always been kind to me. If he had planned on tricking me, why worry for my safety? Everything he does feels like it's all for my sake. I had no idea why. Because I have no idea what a demon is. We're going to find out in the next section. Ooh, what a nice shower. When we then ate breakfast and took a shower together. Oh, really?
ほら、ここまだ濡れてるよ。
I was covered with a towel and hugged from behind. When I tried to look around, he stuck a kiss to my lips.
きちんと乾かさないと風邪ひくだろ。
Allan is so happy right now. I nearly swooned with his kiss. It was sweet and tender like a real lover's. Allan's compassionate look and his loving gestures melted away the anxiety I had before breakfast. Then I'll wipe it down for you.
ありがとう。
Take the towel and wipe his hair. They wipe each other down and prepare for the day. That was when Allan poked at my back.
背中に不思議なあざがあるんだね。
Don't you have a scar on your back too? Huh? Really?
ここに。
It was on my back, just above my waist. I had a scar? I didn't know. I can't see for myself, so I didn't notice. Speaking of scars, you also... Uh-oh. What happened? That's when Allan got wobbly and put his hand on the wall. Allan, what's wrong?
ああ、ごめん。昨日食ってないからお腹が減ったみたいだ。
Think you're lying. Oh, I see. He fell asleep yesterday. He didn't have a chance to eat. I checked the clock and it was still 6 a.m. I have some time before work. Then feed on my dream now. I still have some time before I have to leave.
いいの？
Wasn't that the promise? Incubi have to feed on dreams where they can't live. I believe that it was a lover's duty to care for the health of their partner. Disapproving of his eating habits was just a result of my ego. I took his hand and laid on the bed. Like a sacrifice to a god, I lay on the altar. Relaxing my entire body, I closed my eyes. That's funny. Sacrificing yourself to a demon. Devil's kiss. The next day, I was traveling to work with my bicycle. I was influenced by Allan. I haven't really ridden much, but bicycles are in fact convenient. I hope this section is not like an hour. Like, the first one was 30 minutes. Let this one be 30 minutes. Don't have a rivaling CG that I want to use, and we're good, right? You can go through narrow streets, and there are rental bikes all over town. I think it'd be cute to share interests and habits with the person I love. Being influenced by your partner surely is also a part of being in love. Really good exercise too. Using a bike is perfect for traveling from 9th Avenue to 7th Avenue. I like to go out and have fun cycling more with Allan. Thinking about that, I continued on towards work feeling cheerful. Love truly is a wonderful thing. You're going to get Clarice's attention now with your happy mood. Are you going to be visited by some demon scolding you? After I watched her go to work, I released a huge sigh. The dream that I fed on last night, the flavors had changed and it's even tastier. Last night, wasn't it like 6 in the morning? No, it did say the next day, like maybe a whole day has passed, I don't know. Perhaps her love got deeper, the flavor was better than anything I've ever had, and it was getting better by the day.
恋が深まったとか、何バカみたいなこと考えてんだよ。そんな場合じゃないだろう。だってまだあれは。
I know what is going to happen. Cupid's bow was still on her as a necklace. 10 years ago, I became a greater demon and read the book of Vanquishing, learning about the truth. It was written that if Cupid fell in love with a human and kissed him, she would lose her divinity and become a full human. Furthermore, if she became human, then the necklace would come off.
やっぱり俺じゃダメなのか?
Because you're not a human? Yeah, because I'm not a human, I'm a demon. Or could it be because it's a love created by Cupid's arrow?
その可能性があったからキスはこらえてたのに。
Confused. Like, I know he loves her, but why does he care about the Cupid's arrow and bow? It was no use. I'm not strong enough. Damn it. Even though she's so dear to me, I can't be the one. So maybe he doesn't want to get to Celestia. Maybe he's trying to free her. I think he's trying to free her. That makes sense because he cares for her a lot. Maybe he knows that there's been more than one Cupid. Maybe he just, I don't know. He loves her, so he wants to free her from godhood, so they don't have divine punishment. You know, if you became a human, that would work, right?
とにかく人間と恋できるように動かなきゃ。
Two more days until the effects of Cupid's arrow disappears. My time spent with her was fun, but now I need to prepare to guide her to a new love when the arrow's effect wears off.
彼女は他のパラサイト5に興味を持ってないけど。
Don't do that. Like, it could annoy me. Just let her love you. Find a different way. I need to have her fall in love with Gil at the moment when the effect of the arrows wear off. It'll be fine as long as she's happy with another guy. Denying her that is just selfish on my part. What is important is for her to be well and live happy. I gave up on all the other wishes long ago. That is why.
だから彼女の本当の恋の相手を見つけるんだ。彼女が俺に本物の恋をしたと錯覚する前に。
You'll find another way. Today, as usual, I was doing my best at advising my clients. If you need any advice, please contact me.
はい、うまくいったら報告しますね。アドバイザーさんに相談してよかった。なんだか前よりも話しやすいですし、また恋愛相談乗ってください。
Leave it to me. Like that, work has been going swell today. Good. I have 5 people getting married this month. My performance has been increasing dramatically and...
ミラーさん、ちょっといい？この間相談した彼なんだけど、付き合うことにしたの。
Really? Congratulations.
こちらこそありがとう。あなたに相談したおかげよ。
I was helping out with my coworkers' love counseling. Surely I'm contributing to the human realm as the real deal Cupid. Which means I should be getting my promotion soon. I can finally convince Dad. Alright, I'm going to matchmake more couples. I rolled up my sleeves and began working. Everything was going so well, it was scary. Phew, I was able to matchmake many couples today. After work, I was happily walking down the street. I wanted to hurry and visit Allan using the share cycle, but I suddenly had the urge to take it easy, to walk in the breeze and indulge in my thoughts. There's no need to spend every waking hour with one's partner. I wanted to take some time to reflect on today's events. Recently, I've been told that it's easier to talk to me more so than before. I was also asked for advice from my coworkers. I was being asked for romantic advice much more often than before, thanks to my newfound experience with love. Now that I'm in a relationship myself, people have been appreciating my guidance. I can definitely advise from experience now. Experiencing love oneself is important, even for Cupid. I walk as if I were about to skip. Suddenly, I notice someone familiar. Allan, of course.
あれ珍しいところで会うね。今帰り
Yes, how about you, Allan?
俺は枕の配送。今届け終わったところさ。マイハニー。
As always, he would casually hug me by the shoulders. The old me would have snapped at him for touching me, but now that we're officially lovers, I'm just happy to be with him. How about we have dinner somewhere on 7th Avenue tonight? You can't just have dessert.
いいね。一緒に食べよっか。
Eat real food, not tapioca. Hooray, let's go. Easing him close, I look up and secretly beg him for a kiss. Oh no, there's choices. I don't have it pulled up. I think it's tell him what you want. But let me just double check. No, not the secret route. Go back to Allan. I may have been checking the secret route section titles just as a spoiler for myself, but it's whatever. So where are we at? Yeah, it's tell him what you want. And this is a save file, so... Is this our first save file? I think it is. Yeah, save file 1. I don't know why I'm acting surprised. I don't think we've had too many episodes of Allan. It just feels like it's been forever since we made a save file, since I have been uploading so slowly. We're going to tell him what you want. Hey, Allan, I want a kiss.
同僚に見つかっても知らないよ。
If she cares, kiss him. I don't mind.
意外と過激だね。
He chuckled and gave me a light kiss.
まったく。どっちが悪魔なんだか。
That's a really cute line. Are you the demon? You're so bewitching. You, of course. Let's go to Happy Forest Cafe for dinner. I think you'd enjoy their menu.
へえ、そうなんだ。楽しみだな。でも。
Holding my hand, Allan smiles innocently.
マイハニーと食べられるなら、どこでも美味しいよ。
My 11 week spent with Allan went by without incident. I think this is going to be a really long section, chapter.
ウィンナーコーヒーっててっきり上にソーセージが乗ってるのかと思ってたけど、クリームなんだな。これも酸味がいい感じだ。
Sorry, I think my other computer sounded off during that. Yeah, I think this is going to be really long because it's called Devil's Kiss, and it feels like we're still in the intro of that. And their 10 days are almost up. It's been a week, she said, right? Allan was learning more and more types of dishes and cuisines. Thanks to this relationship, I was improving as a bridal advisor, and he was able to feed off my tasty dreams.
そんな慌てて食べなくても料理は逃げないよ。ほら、口の周りについてる。動かないで。取ってあげるから。
I was occupied with both love and work, a truly fulfilling day in Lost York.
仕事、順調そうだね。話を聞いてると、 楽しくやってるのが伝わってくるよ。
I honestly feel as though pricking myself with my own arrow was a good thing. We're just like going through all these really sweet moments before bad things happen.
これも欲しいの？そんな可愛いおねだり顔は本物の悪魔でもできないよ。やっぱ君の方が悪魔かもね。
Besides, if I can keep him with me, then that would safeguard others' relationships. Yeah, she's just thinking random thoughts throughout all of this. Plus, my experience with him has been improving my counseling. And then the storm's going to hit and ruin everything. Alright, Bob and Jesse got married. All's going well, it seems. It was another busy day with work and love. I get off early today, and when I do, Allan is going to take me on a date. I'm really looking forward to it. My interview with Kathy starts at 5:30. I should head over to the meeting room. I packed up my files, stood up, and began walking towards the elevator. It appears Kathy has two people she likes. When I was checking my files, I noticed the president was there and bowed quickly. Ah, Mr. Snell, good afternoon.
Ah, お前か。
The president glanced at me with my files, then made a smile.
今までもだが、最近また特によく頑張ってくれているようだな。お前の仕事ぶりの話は聞いている。
Promotion. Oh, is that so?
なあ、お客様からの評判もいい。親身で誠実な対応をしているようだな。パラサイト5が大会してうやむやになっていたが、昇格の件、改めて検討するとしよ
う。Thank you very much. The elevator going up arrived.
では、引き続き頼むぞ。
Yes. The president took the elevator up, leaving me waiting for the elevator down. Yes! Praise and promise of a promotion from the president. It means my hard work is paying off. I'm so happy. I smile knowing that I am doing the right thing as Cupid. If I keep it up and get promoted, then I can throw it back in Dad's face. Then I can go back to Celestia. I'm like, what? She's been so focused on this whole Celestia thing that when it finally dawns on her that she loves someone here, she's like, I don't want to go. Wait, what should I do? If I return to Celestia, I wouldn't be able to see Allan anymore. I don't want that to happen, but maybe I'm only thinking that because of the love caused by Cupid's arrow. When the effect of the arrow wears off, how will I feel then? Would I not care that I won't be able to meet Allan ever again? Or will I not want to leave him and resist going back to Celestia? I pull out my phone and check the calendar. There's only one more week left until the effects of the arrow wears off. What will I be doing on the last day? Huh? All of a sudden, the world looked like it doubled. I suddenly lost equilibrium. Oh no. My controller is vibrating. Which way is up? Which way is down? If I don't hold on to something, I'll fall. But I don't know where the wall is. I can't think straight. Oh no.
倒れたぞ。
救急車を呼んで。ちょっとあなた大丈夫？しっかりして。
I can hear people shouting near me. I can no longer stay conscious, and without answering, I fall into darkness. Oh no. I can hear sounds. I was wondering if it was going to be a section change. I'm like, well, that's the end, guys. Wait till next time. Sounds of rustling and people running.
俺が保護者のギルです。すみません。彼女が倒れたって本当ですか？
I can hear Gil's voice, but I can't open my eyes.
ああ、特に身体に異常はないようですが、どうにも目が覚めなくて。
The voice sounded like it was fading. What is happening to my body? Oh my goodness, what is wrong with her? The sound of cars and people walking were blending together. I couldn't tell how much time had passed. When I woke up, I was in my room. That's strange. Huh?
あ、リネット、よかった。目を覚ましたんだね。
Gil, why are you here?
あなた
業務時間中にいきなり倒れたのよ。覚えてない？すっごく心配したんだから。びっくりして慌ててギル呼んじゃったわよ。
Claris, I do remember I was fading out during work. My memory cut off at the moment I thought I needed to hold on to something. I didn't think I collapsed. Sorry for making you worry. What about the physician? Was he at the work? Or I thought they took her to the hospital.
まさか迷惑だなんて思わないよ。それより具合は平気？病院では異常が見つからなかったんだけど。
No issues, except she wouldn't wake up. I'm okay now. I might have pushed myself too hard at work. I lifted myself up and realized Allan was standing by the wall. Oh. Was he worried too? For a moment, I was thinking maybe he caused it. Allan, you came.
君が倒れたって聞いて。
I must have been terrified for him because he's been worried about her this whole time. Alex's expression was tense. Approaching the bedside, he looked me straight in the face.
倒れた時、どんなだったか覚えてる？
I gasped as he gently cupped my cheek with his hand. Even though both Gil and Claris are here. I was a little puzzled, and that was when Claris tapped Gil's shoulder.
ギル、部屋出ましょう。
それがいいみたいだね。
For her.
彼女のためには。
He's like, I want to be there. Gil and Claris then left the room. Once we were alone, I looked over at Allan. He came rushing after hearing I had collapsed. I couldn't help but smile, feeling loved. Okay, I was pushing myself too much. I am fine now. It might have been because my clients are all getting married lately and I have to process so much paperwork. I asked how you were feeling, though. Even though I laughed, Allan still looked serious. He checked my pulse and placed his hand on my forehead to see if I had a fever.
確かに熱はないな。脈拍も正常だ。
See, I'm okay, so don't worry. I left again and Allan looked annoyed.
俺の家に泊まってたから疲れが出たのかもしれないな。今日はここで寝た方がいい。
But then you won't be able to feed on my dream.
気にしなくていい。一日ぐらい食わなくても平気だよ。
But if you don't eat, then won't you collapse too? There was that one night when he didn't eat and nearly had fallen from dizziness. I suspected that a single meal for an incubus equaled to roughly 3 meals worth, which means if he doesn't eat a dream for one night, it's the same as not eating all day. I'm fine, I can go back to your place.
ダメだ。ここならクラリスもギルもいる。こういう時は人間のそばにいた方がいい。俺じゃ適切に看病できない。
Is Claris human though? I'm not so sure.
俺には人間の体の脆さがわからないんだ。
She's not a human though. Allan. It was a desperate voice. I could tell he is seriously worried about me. He really is kind. He worried about my health over his own hunger. He mentioned before that he was nicer than most other demons, and he was right. Different from what I read of incubi and demon in literature. Allan is too kind for a demon, that is why. I think I'll still love him even after the arrow's effect wears off. For what I expected of his nature, he was caring. He even hates how he has to live. That's why I love him. Allan, can you hug me? He said yes. I thought he was going to be caught off guard again. He hugged me with a slight hesitation, a warm happiness. I feel relaxed being held by you. I want to be like this forever. He's like, yeah, sure. Knowing what he's... what are your plans, Allan? Felt his grip tighten. Really, someone who held me this way wouldn't think of me as just a source of food. I pressed my cheek against his chest and looked up. Allan, I want you to kiss me. Tormenting this man. If you do, I think it will make me better, so please. I nearly collapsed so I could ask for this, right? Let's play it dirty. He considered my request for a moment and then nodded. He leaned his head forward and kissed me. I could feel a warmth in my chest blossoming just from the feel of his soft lips. I never thought kissing the person you love would be so exhilarating, but suddenly got dizzy. Oh no. He kept my body from falling. I then realized I nearly collapsed again. I'm sorry, I was just so happy. Maybe my blood pressure's too high. Oh, he knows. Allan didn't laugh. He was looking at me with tight lips.
Masaka.
Huh?
Yeah. とにかく、今日はもう眠った方がいい。
Divine punishment. Okay, I think I will. When I lay down on the bed, Allan carefully placed a blanket over me.
おやすみ、リネット。
His voice lulled me to sleep just like it usually did when he wanted to feed. Good night, Allan. Please feed on my dream. This poor man, you're torturing him. I feel so bad for him. Allan's sorrowful gaze focused on me. And that is when I fell asleep. I don't think he's going to. Even after she went to sleep, I couldn't go away. But I knew I needed to leave. A demon like myself lingering around her wouldn't be doing her any favors. Even as she slept, she looked pale, as it was obvious she was not feeling well. The reason for her sudden fainting wasn't because of her overworking herself. Her divine powers were weakening. They kissed her and took her purity.
だから、神の力が弱まったんだ。
Prior to this, there was never any record of a god and a demon mating. That's why I didn't know. I didn't know that I'd defile her soul.
くそ。
I cursed myself and made a hard fist. How despicable I am when all I'm good for is tainting her. No matter how much I want to save her, I am poison to her. Kissing her, desiring her, and loving her, I'll only drain her life energy away.
俺が悪魔じゃなけりゃ。
I don't know how many times I wished for this, but I am a demon and that cannot be changed.
だから、彼女に触れたらいけなかったんだ。
I watched her sleep. Her pale, sleeping face was proof of my sin and inability to resist temptation.
打点させてたまるか。
I was wondering if she was going to become fallen. I don't want her to become something that would feed off of humans. He's fallen, isn't he? He's a fallen angel too. I bet he is. I don't care what happens to me. I just want to protect her. To do that, I'll do what? Don't do it. Don't make any rash decisions. Dang it. What are you going to do? Last time we pretend. Oh no, I'm gonna hate this next section, aren't I? Well, that is definitely where we're stopping for now. It's intense. It's anxiety. It's almost 1. I could probably record another one. Yeah, like this is super angst root right here. Anyway, we're gonna stop here, and then if I can get another hour video recorded, that'll be good, and then I can do editing tonight. But if you guys did enjoy, drop a like down below and or subscribe. Let me know what you guys think's gonna happen. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.